everybody, this is Nonhlanhla Undlovukazi Wakwamahlangu. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching my video. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate you watching and subscribing. So today, before we get to that, please get your wine, please get your water, please get your cup of tea, get your cup of tea or coffee or whatever it is that you're sipping on tonight. You can pause this video and get yourself sorted, and let's get right into it. Yo, dude, yo, like, sorry. Yo. So today I want to talk about dating as a single mom. And just because I'm talking about it does not mean I'm a pro at this. Not at all. Because I'm just doing the best I can. Honestly speaking, I am doing the best I can given this predicament, given the situation where I find myself in, It has been it has been an uphill. I don't know whether I should say it has been a very steep mountain that I've had to walk up, right? Because it has not it has not been easy, not in the slightest. This is one of those areas where you find a lot of gray areas, even if you try cut corners and you try be strict as a person. And this is one of those areas where, as a mom, I find, Guti, this is one of the hardest. Because as much as possible, you try to keep the person you're dating or that relationship away from your life with your child. Well, that's what I'm doing, right? And for as much as possible, you're able to keep these apart, né? And then you plan around everything to the T. But sometimes you find these two worlds of yours just colliding and crashing into each other. And sometimes it works out beautifully, and other times it's just wait. Ooh, I should stop clapping my hands, but I do that a lot. Yeah, they crash, hey? So ideally as a single mom, you try as much as possible to keep the worlds apart up until to a point where you see that, listen, this relationship that I'm in actually is going in a direction that I like. Yeah? I'm now comfortable to actually bring the relationship or the person that I'm dating into our little world, the other world, which is you and your child or your children. And with some people, you could just see from the get-go that nope, we're just gonna keep them miles apart. We're not integrating, we're asihlanganisi lutho. And with other people, from the get-go, man, you see that this is actually going to turn out quite beautifully. And I can't actually wait for these two people to meet, because these two people mean the world to me. Or these people, all of them. If you've got more than one child, then it'll be people, or still people, because it's the boyfriend and the kid or the kids. You see that, listen, this could actually work out very beautifully. But still, you still have those thoughts where you say to yourself, I actually don't want to introduce my child to different men, and that's where I am. Right now, honestly speaking, I'm at a point where I don't want my child to meet any man. I don't want my child to meet any man, because should that relationship end, because majority of them do end, It's not just your heartbreak that you need to be concerned about. It's your heartbreak and your child's heartbreak, because trust, once you introduce these two people or these people, they're going to form their own little bonds, and they're going to be heartbroken when you and the guy, or maybe you're a single dad and you're the sole parent that's taking care of these kids physically, emotionally, financially, everything, or you're the dad that actually stays with your kid or your kids. So you try so hard to just keep them apart, because you don't want to go through a heartbreak and also nurse your child's heartbreak as well, because when you guys break up and you don't see each other anymore, the same things that you're going through, your kids are definitely going to go through them. So for me, dating as a single mom has been hard in that essence, because I've had to think about, how's Umpilo going to take this new person now coming into our life? Because remember, for all the years that Mpilo has been alive, actually, it's just literally been Mpilo and I. Mpilo has never seen me and his dad in a relationship. He's always just seen mom and whatever boyfriend that he's met, or his dad with his dad's partner. So I always think about, how's this actually going to affect my child? Is this now going to take away from my relationship with Umtwanami, or is he going to add on in a good way? In a good way. It's just one of those, it's just those things that you keep asking yourself. And also you keep asking, Uguti, should me and this person actually break up? Because guys, it's very, very hard to explain to Mtwana, whether una 5 or una 11. It's very hard to explain to a child that, yo, babe, listen, that situation's not gonna happen anymore. And I found myself recently having this conversation with him, and he had a lot of questions that I've had to answer honestly, while, I don't know, covering up a lot of dirty bits. He's quite heartbroken about it, but I think he's okay. We talk about it a lot of times. I mean, just the other day, he overheard me talking to one of my friends about my situation, and I looked down and I just shook my head to my friend, and he just carried on playing on his phone. This is before I confiscated the phone. He carried on just playing on his phone, and he's like, yo, auntie, mom doesn't want to talk about that because it brings her a lot of pain. I was like, who said anything about that? When did you pick that up? So it's hard. It's hard. And the one thing that you need to remember, yeah, from my experience, the one thing that I've had to do was plan everything to the T. There's literally, you can't be spontaneous at all. I will not spontaneity. Not at all. Not at all. Because if you're the parent that stays with your child, like me, and you don't have a helper, it's just literally just the two of you, because you can't afford a helper, right? Literally all your money goes towards all the important things: the house, the car, his school, his transport, food, electricity, fuel. And here and there you're able to, I don't know, pull a few rands here and there and be able to actually take your child out the house. The same is going to apply to you and your relationship while being a single parent, because now you'd need to literally plan everything. All right, when am I seeing you? Friday evening? All right, from what time? Okay, so it means I need to rush home, get my child. send my child either to a family member that's close by that has agreed. Now you need to ask the family member days ahead, Uguti, can I please bring my child on such and such a date at this time, and I'll collect them at this time. If it's possible for you to collect them on the same day, then sure you can. If it's not possible, then nakona, you negotiate, and umuntu can't just spring up a date nje ukuthi let's go do 1 2 3. No, I can't do that. Sir, I can't do that. Yo, come spend the weekend with me. You can't tell me that on Friday. No, sir. These are the things that we need to discuss days ahead, sometimes even a week ahead. Because now I need to talk to other people and see what's happening in their lives. It's not just about my life or just about you and I's life. If we're in a relationship, so it's also that, and I can't. Yes, when I think about dating now as a mom and dating before I had him, it was much easier before I had him. Yes, now sure I can always use him as an excuse, which I can't do 1 2 3 because umtwana. But hey, now there's a lot that comes into play. I don't. It's not just my feelings. Sorry, it's not just my feelings that I need to think about all the time. I need to think about what does it do to my child when I keep having to send them to my friend's house, to a family member's house, because now I need to go out to go entertain a man. As I mentioned in my other videos, the dad and I are co-parenting, but remember, we stay in 2 different provinces. It's even hard to organize just him taking my son for a weekend because he's all the way in a whole different province and I'm here. So I'm always with my child, always with my child. That's why I always make sure with the school holidays, I'm sorry, grandparents or the dad have to. Somebody has to free up their schedule and just take the child for, I don't know, if schools are closed for a week, 3 weeks, whatever it is, then I know in that 3 weeks, I get a little bit of a breather and just do everything that I want to do. From going out to, I don't know, relaxing and not having to worry with, I need to cook dinner, I need to, so I feel it would have worked out much easier had we been in the same province, because then if we're both in Pretoria or he was in Joburg and I'm in Pretoria, then definitely the weekend thing would have worked out perfectly. Every weekend or every second weekend, it would have worked out perfectly. Then it meant that I would have free weekends where I am child free. But that is not the case with me. I know with me, it's my time literally is just school holidays throughout the year. And some school holidays you'll find that he actually does not want to go anywhere. And he'll tell you that, Mom, I don't want to go there. I don't want. And because now he's told you, now you can't force him to go, because we have, I don't know, our relationship is based on that thing that we would talk about everything and he tells me everything. And because of that, he's also able to tell me that, listen, Mom, I actually don't want this person around. I would appreciate it if he's not here when I'm here. Like, see him at other times, just not when I'm here. Then I'm able to respect that and respect his space, because remember, my house is not just my house, it's his home. That's the only place where he's ever able to feel comfortable and feel at home, because this is home for him. So once I start getting such talks, then I know, take a step back. Hey nigga, hey boo, listen, 1 2 3 can't happen anymore because umntwana akekho comfortable. And we as adults need to respect that abantwana actually have voices, So, yeah, this, hey, guys, this has been very hard. I remember there was this one guy, and we met. Well, I met him through Umpilo, right? I took Umpilo to the salon to get a haircut after church one day. And so at the time, he didn't have a phone. He was using my phone for whatever games he needed to play or whatever videos he wanted to watch on YouTube. So we're sitting there in the queue waiting for his turn, and he starts chatting up the guy that was in front of us. And the guy was doing something on his phone. And eventually, Mpilo ends up with the guy's phone, and they play a game together, or the guy was teaching Mpilo how to play this game, and they have like a whole, like a Joel. And eventually, the guy's turn comes, and he says to Mtwana, no, listen, you can take my place. I'll go after you. Sharp. As they cutting Mpilo's hair, the guy then starts talking to me. I don't know, all of a sudden he felt that he now has an entry, you know? He starts chatting me up, and I'm just like, no, but I'm still talking to him. We chat, and Mpilo gets done, and I'm like, yo, enjoy your Sunday. Be blessed. I walk out the salon with my child, fresh haircut. We come back home. Cool. Monday or Tuesday that very same week, I didn't even get his name. Monday or Tuesday of that very same week, I'm waiting for my friend to come pick me up so that we can go to work. I was still in a lift club at the time. And this person walks out our gate. I stay in a complex. So he walks out the complex gate, and he recognizes me, and he walks straight to me, and he's like, hey, how are you? I'm like, I'm good, and you? He's like, I'm good. He's like, I'm the guy from the salon. I was wondering if I could get your number. I couldn't exactly ask on Sunday because you were with your child. I'm like, oh, okay, cool, not a problem. Give the guy my number, and we go our separate ways. I go to work, he goes to work. Halfway through the morning, he calls me. He's like, yo, it's so and so. We met on Sunday. I got your number this morning. I hope it's okay for me to call and be chatting you up. I'm like, no, it's cool. So eventually me and guy date, nah? And this relationship was so hard. It was at that this relationship was hard to keep away from my child because one, we stayed in the same complex, we had the same schedule, and we ended up doing everything very quickly. Like, we did everything together. We literally had then ended up spending every waking moment together. Besides the time that we were at work, we ended up spending every waking moment together. And then eventually, I don't know, it was after a month or two, I was like, you know what? It's gotten very hard for me to keep these two separate. Because they keep clashing every now and then. Umdwana would see me with this guy, or now I need to go out with the guy or go for Mpilo, and then so eventually I was like, you know what, let's join in. And they hit it off like a house on fire. Like, they got on very, very well. What is that? Sorry. They got on like a house on fire. They were great together. He was great with kids. And I don't know, we ended up staying together like 6 months after we started dating. Not even. We met in August. We moved in December. 3 months. 3 months. Because by mid December, we were staying together. We let go of one person's apartment and moved into the other person's apartment together. And he did everything that a father figure or a dad would have done for his kid. To a child that's not his, to a child of a girlfriend he had literally just started dating. And he was great, and he kept it throughout our entire relationship. I think we dated for almost 2 years. Yeah, almost 2 years we were together, staying together. And throughout that entire time, he just had that role on lock. And I was really, really, I don't know, I was touched that there are actually guys like this that would love your kid as their own. Because in a lot of instances, they always paint mothers as, I don't know, like, not mothers, women who date men with kids, and now they need to take care of that guy's kids. They always paint them in this, I don't know, horrible light. But this guy was amazing, amazing. Unfortunately, that relationship had ended, and months after the relationship had ended, my son would ask, "Mom, where's Uncle so and so? Can I please call Uncle so and so?" And I couldn't say no, because their relationship had nothing to do, well, my relationship and him had nothing to do with their relationship. And they were, I don't know, they had their own thing going. He was heartbroken when the guy left. Um, when we broke up, he was, oh, my son was heartbroken. So after that, I was like, never again. Never again, because I don't ever want to go through that. I don't ever want to see my son sad that this person is now no longer a part of our life. Where they keep asking, Uguti, Mom, why didn't it work out? Yes, I hear that you're saying it, you guys broke up or whatever, but why didn't it work out? What was the problem? And you can't exactly give those details to an 8-year-old, a 7-year-old. Like, now you need to come up with smart ass answers to, I don't know, make the situation simmer down or something. Yeah, it's been difficult. Um, even now, where you with someone and you need to give rules that, yo, look, it can't happen. Yes, I want to spend time with you, but it just can't happen during my son's time. Now we've got 24 hours. We need to plan around the 24 hours. When exactly we should be spending time together, getting to know each other, or being silly, going clubbing, vibing, whatever. It just cannot take away from your child's time, because your child's needs actually do matter. Shocker. They do matter, and you should always put them first, even when you're in a new relationship. As hard as that is, it sounds all great and well, nah, but in practice it's a lot harder. But once you've set down your rules and your boundaries, I feel that two people should be able to, I don't know, work around it. Yeah, dating as a mom. Hey. And then the child starts having their own little attachments. Because naturally, as boys, they never want, if your child is a boy, I know if your child's a boy, because that's the only experience I have, because I'm a boy mom, a mob. um, that's, they get so, what was I saying? They get so attached to you, né? And they don't want to see a male figure next to you. They don't. Um, then they start asking, who's this? What are they doing? Is he your friend? Is he your boy? Hey, you will answer all those questions whether you like it or not. And you should. I mean, a child's only trying to understand what exactly is going on. Are you bringing a new person in my life, or what? And also, I don't know, they, at some point they start feeling like, even though you treat them as a child, but because they're the only male person in the house, then they start feeling like, I'm the man of the house. No other man can come into my territory and overstep, you know? Funniest thing is when me and the guy that I was telling you about, um, were trying to integrate our relationship to my world with my child, they'd be like stupid little things where I don't know, so he likes specific water glasses, right? And so if the guy would take that specific glass and try to drink out of it, you'll hear, but that's my glass. But but I normally sit there. But I normally watch this at this time, so you can't watch what you want at this time. And eventually I don't know, eventually kids, I don't know, they adapt. But we shouldn't be making them adapt to too many situations. Right now, I'm just like, no, my child's not meeting anybody, guys. Nobody. My child is not meeting nobody. Because I don't want to create that whole confusion. Go, yeah. I will respect him and keep people away from him and him away from people. And just keep it like that as much as possible. I'm willing to walk to the ends of the earth to make sure that happens. Because the heartbreak your child goes through after you have broken up with a person that you brought into their life, are horrible. Some days my son still wakes up and he asks about that person. I mean, we broke up almost 2 years ago now, and umntwana still asks ukuthi, so when is he coming back? So can I call him? How's he now? What is he doing now? Where is he now? And because the relationship ended and it's been almost 2 years, and me and this person don't talk anymore. I don't know, babe. I don't know where he is. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know if he's okay. Now I need to say, no, he's okay. No, he's still in that place that he went to. Do you guys no, we don't talk, but I know that he's okay. And shame, man. Like shame. So yeah, that's my take. Keep the two worlds separate for as long as possible. Do not introduce them. It's just my take. I might be very wrong. Some people might even say I'm toxic for that, but you know what? If it's going to save umntwanakho from a heartbreak, definitely separate. I mean, I found myself explaining to somebody recently, somebody that I'm talking to, that we're talking about sleepovers, and he was like, I would like to spend some time with you. And I was like, no, cannot happen. It got to, I would like to, the spend time with you part meant that we need to, I don't know, spend the day and also the same night. I was like, that sounds great. Like, that sounds really great. Sure, it's something that can be done, but you can't tell me today for tomorrow. I need days in advance. It can't happen over a weeknight because I need to be here fully. It's a bit hard, man. I don't even think it would have been easier if I had a nanny, because you're still accountable to your child. You still need to answer your mom. Yesterday I was just with Auntie so-and-so. Let's say we had a helper called Auntie so-and-so. Yesterday I was just with Auntie so-and-so, and you were not home. Where were you? Why didn't you come home? Even if you tell them ahead of time, it would be a problem. Because I know, like, let's say my friends and I are going out, it's a huge problem for him. It's a huge problem for him. He'll ask, why do you need to go out? Why must you go to the club? Why must you do that? Why can't you just be at home with me? Very, very attached. I mean, I'm his mom. Who else is he going to be attached to? So, hey guys, I don't know. Naminje, even if I've been doing it for 9 years, Naminje, I'm just learning the ropes. And I can't compare Umpilo now at this age to Umpilo when he was 5, 4. It's two different people. He's grown. He understands things better. He questions now in a logical way, where you see, Guti, this person has actually processed what they're asking me. I can't just take it with Mtwana's just asking me something. No, he actually needs to understand what exactly is going on, in order for him to be comfortable as well. So yeah, dating as a single mom is just something that I never. So yeah, guys, that is my take on dating as a single mom. Sorry, Billa's like walking around. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like my video and subscribe to the channel. And we'll meet again. We'll see each other again the next time I have a topic that I want us to just run by or just talk about it over a glass of wine. Anyway, thank you.